So I have a fun one here for us. The Death Star is probably one of the craziest, gigantic creations in all of movie history because it's literally a planet-sized weapon. I actually have some actual schematics and facts about the device because
did you just say schematics?
We do. I actually have some breakdowns of what this
Nerds!
thing. I know, right? I thought it'd be kind of fun because, like, we all have seen the Death Star and we know what it can do, but like when you start thinking about the reality of building one, it's kind of hilarious. So listen to this. So the weapon is powered by a hypermatter reactor, which God only knows what that means. And it's focused through a giant kyber crystal, which I'm guessing is like, if you think about it, it's basically like when you look at the origins of this, the earliest the plans of the Death Star actually go back to ancient Sith technology thousands of years ago. So that's why they were able to build this. It's basically, this is a Sith weapon that the Empire kind of harnessed. So if you think about it, it's basically a gigantic hilt to a lightsaber crystal. You know what I mean? That's just pointed at a planet. But anyway, this thing can easily, destroy planets, moons, you name it. But the fun part about this thing is the actual listings of it, of the schematics. In addition to the super laser, the surface of the Death Star is peppered with 15,000 turbo laser batteries and 768 tractor beam emplacements. So
that makes sense.
So there's
I got to cover all of it.
So there's 1,500 turrets, and it's got tractor beams all over it, so where it can just suck you in from any direction.
I got a question about the Death Star.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, and this is me being a nerd and just want to talking about like the actual physics of the Death Star. Okay, so can you do that with me? All right, so when you look at the Death Star, do you look at it as a building? So the very bottom of it, like as you look at it, is the bottom and it goes to the top, and that's how gravity is? Or do you look at it like a planet where the gravity is focused on the center and the whole everyone can walk on the surface and such?
So you're asking, is it like a planet to where there's a hemisphere and like people...
Not a hemisphere, because I don't think they can actually walk on it because it's a ship. But so if it is a ship, does that mean the way they have the gravity set up is that the very bottom of the Death Star is actually where the gravity pulls towards? So everyone kind of like, they walk upright. Or is it like a planet where it's like it's cylinder? You know what I mean? Am I making sense here?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I've always imagined it being a gigantic starship, or basically like a gigantic floating base,
right?
Where it's just a circle and there's just hundreds of thousands of platforms going from the bottom up to the top of levels.
See, and that's how I've always envisioned it too. Okay, all right, good.
Yeah, because if you start putting in like, does this thing have different forms of gravity? Is like the design curving in on itself to where, it's like one side is Australia to where the water flows backwards because on the opposite side of the Death Star,
it's tough, right?
That's too much. I don't want to put my brain at it. Now, in addition to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of TIE fighters in this thing as well, I mean, this thing is just gigantic. But here's the fun part: students at the Lehigh University of Pennsylvania actually worked out how much it would cost to build a Death Star. It actually came up with the figure. It would cost $8 quadrillion to make a Death Star if we were actually to build one today, which is 13,000 times the world's GDP, or gross domestic product. So,
did you say quadrillion?
Yes, quadrillion with a Q, which I didn't even know was a word until today.
I did not. How many zeros is that?
Let's see here. 3, 6, 9, 12. Technically 14 zeros and then 8, 1.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, I just imagine like it just makes that scene even funnier on Robot Chicken, to where it shows the Emperor sitting at the table and he gets the call from Darth Vader, and he's like, "Well, stop shouting, calm down." What? The whole thing? It's gone? I just finished putting down the last payment on that thing. What the hell's a Millennium Falcon? Oh God, he's crying. No, I'm not upset with you. Let's see.